So I want to talk about Fulham. Now, this might come as a bit of a surprise. Now, I've given Fulham a passing mention usually in my reviews of each weekend and stuff like that in the Premier League, and I've said that they're having a good season so far this season, but I tell you what, they're really impressed me, because if I look at the Premier League table, just a little glance over towards the Premier League table, you will find Fulham in 6th place after 6 matches played. Now, there are some games still yet to be played in the Premier League this weekend as I record this on Saturday night, but even if either Spurs or Manchester United win in their games, they will still not have as many points as Fulham, and Aston Villa are already ahead of them. So in terms of their place, for this match day 6 in the Premier League, it's not going to change. They will end this match day in 6th, and yes, it is very early days, of course, but Fulham are unbeaten this season after the first game of the season, where they only very narrowly lost to, a Manchester United side that so far this season has been very inconsistent. Fulham, meanwhile, have been very consistent. 3 wins and 2 draws. They're up in 6th. They are just 2 points behind their West London rivals, their fellow Fulham Borough rivals, Chelsea. I already did a video on Chelsea this week just gone, going over how they're quietly having a good season, and they are still having a good season. They're up in 4th place, getting a Champions League spot as things stand. Again, early days, of course, this season, but I tell you what, Fulham really are doing a good job this season. In fact, the win today against Nottingham Forest is arguably the most impressive of the lot, because before that, Forest were unbeaten this season. Nobody had managed to win against them. This is a side that won at Anfield, away at Anfield, managed to get a decent draw against Brighton last weekend as well. They are no mugs at all, and to beat them 1-0 like that, I think is very impressive for them. And let's not get it confused. They do have a very stern test in their next match day. Next weekend they're playing at Manchester City away, and I expect their current unbeaten run to come to an end really with that one. But some of their wins have been very good. Beating Newcastle having a good season. Newcastle, despite their lackluster transfer business, in my opinion, this summer, they've still got a good squad, and they don't have Europe, so they're getting plenty of rest in there, really. And to beat them 3-1 at home in the previous match day before this one, I think that's huge, really. And it really just exemplifies the work that Marco Silva is doing with them. He's a manager that a bit of a mixed reputation in England, I'd say. I'm not sure what he was like in his native Portugal when he was managing there, but I think he did a good job at Hull when he was there. And a lot of people were thinking that, this guy's not really got it. He's not really cut out to be a Premier League manager, and he's coming to Fulham, and there wasn't really that much expectation around him. People were saying, "Oh, poor man's Mourinho, he's rubbish," and all this and that, But he's doing a good job. I do like him, I think he's a decent manager. And if you look at the recruitment as well, now I must be honest, I can't remember what grade I gave Fulham in my summer transfer window grades video that I did just after the summer window ended up shutting, but I must have given them at least a C or a B, because on the outs, the only player really of note, in my opinion, that they have let go is João Palhinha, and he was wanting to go anyway. He was already, they held onto him for longer than what they perhaps should have done. Bayern Munich were very much making offers for him. I think it's either in the January transfer window before or the summer window before. So he went for a good price as well, £42 million. The only other move out that was for any significant fee was Jay Stansfield going to Birmingham City for £10 million. That could rise to £15 million. That's an excellent deal, in my opinion, from Fulham's point of view. And he's doing very well at Birmingham City, to be fair, as well. But would he be able to do that in the Premier League? No, probably not, because League One to the Premier League is a massive gap in quality, for sure. It's big enough in the Championship, but from League One to the Premier League, even bigger. But you look at the players they brought in. Emil Smith-Rowe, that's an excellent signing. That kid is a real talent. You keep him fit, you keep him active, and you keep him consistently in the side, and he's going to win you points. Sander Berg, in my opinion, is a very talented player, and play him in the right system, and he can be an absolutely deadly signing for you. Absolutely. He proved that when he was in the Championship with Sheffield United. He's yet to prove it in the Premier League, but the Burnley system didn't really suit any of their players, to be honest with you. It was not very good for them last season, but this season Berg has really got a chance with that. Anderson as well, that's a real strengthening signing from a Premier League League rival as well. £30 million from Crystal Palace, great sign in my opinion. So, Fulham have really improved. It really is showing the great work that the manager's doing with them as well. And, I really think they could cause an upset. I mean, you look at the table at the moment, and you would say that the closest team to them that's not like a really rich side or a side that's in Europe is Brighton down in 6th, and they got beat pretty convincingly today by Chelsea, or at least I should say Cole Palmer FC with his 4 goals in the first half. That's a Premier League record. That's never happened before. That will feature in my 5 things review for this weekend once the weekend is concluded. But yeah, interesting time for Fulham. And Fulham fans, let us know what you think in the comments below. I think you guys are having a really good season, but how long can you keep it going? Well, if you get anything other than a loss out of the next game against Manchester City, that is a real signal of intent for sure. This could be a dangerous side, a real surprise side. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments below. And for much more football content, do keep it tuned here to thefootballchronicle.com. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell as well to see much more football content on thefootballchronicle.com.